So let's talk about that. If I knew then what I knew now. Here we go. Let's talk about something. And I don't even know what the topic is going to be. Usually I say topic. Let's talk about that. But today it's just not in me. It is 1:29 in the afternoon. I'm in my pajamas. And I just drove across town to get a piece of catfish because I was craving catfish. The worst part about it is, and sweet tea. I needed a sweet tea. The worst part about it is the catfish was terrible. So, I'm going to deposit a couple of checks and go back home and finish cleaning in my pajamas. Yesterday, I got some precancerous spots removed or froze. This is my war wound from the dog. It's getting a little bit better, but it is going to leave a scar. But Aquaphor is working. So, I've been posting some things lately on positivity, but I decided I was going to change it up a little bit. I want to do wisdom. Not talk about wisdom right now, but post things that have to do with wisdom. Like, I'm 55 years old, and I wish I could go back to my 20s with the wisdom I have from today. Imagine the decisions that I would make, the good decisions, hopefully, that I would make, or at least not so many bad ones. If I knew then what I know now kind of series. So let's talk about that. If I knew then what I knew now, would I change things? Would I do things differently? Yes, absolutely. How about you? So maybe I need to change the name of this page to If I Knew Then What I Knew Now. Advice for anyone under 55. How about that? So the first thing I think of is, if I knew then what I knew now, I'd be a little bit more selective in the men I date. I do not have, or dated, I'm not dating right now. If I had any sense about me, I would have been a little bit more selective. I would have done some research. I wouldn't have just dated anybody that was interested for the most part. I would have valued myself, respected myself. I would date people that deserved me, not that I thought I deserved, if that makes any sense whatsoever. Not saying anything bad about all men that I dated or boys that I dated in the past, because there were some good ones. But if I knew then what I knew now, I would have kept them around. But I didn't. But I do have my babies, my grown adult babies. And I wouldn't do anything in the world to change that. Those are the best things that have come about any decision that I've made. But would I be here at 55, single? No. Hopefully not. I mean, you never know what God has in store. But I don't think so. I think the story would have been just a little bit different. So, I think I'll start there. If I knew then what I knew now, I would have respected myself a little bit more. I would have loved myself a little bit more. I wouldn't have settled. I would have known what I deserve. And not only that, I would have been better. I would have been a better person to the men I dated. Boys I dated. So there's that. Let's start this series. If I knew then what I know now. And just a little side note, this series may have a lot of episodes in my pajamas because I love my pajamas. And do I care that I'm driving across town in my pajamas? Absolutely not. Do I care that I went through the drive-thru at 1:30 to grab a piece of catfish and some sweet tea in my pajamas? Nope. Not one bit. At 55, I will say this. I just don't care anymore what people think. I know who I am. I know what my character is. And neither of those is defined by whether or not I'm wearing my pajamas. So, I do care about myself. I do like to take care of myself and look good when I can. But when I'm driving through the drive-thru across town, I doubt I ever see that person again in my life. So there's that. Let's see what comes up next. Stay tuned.